Welcome back, Crypto ZX family. We're going to be talking about Hbar, see what's happening with the price of Hbar as we are starting off Sunday. So if you're looking across the board right now, as far as 24-hour time frame is concerned, we actually did see Saturday bringing in a little bit of a retracement, and again, if we're going into Sunday morning, that momentum is pretty much carrying on. I did make a Cardano update for you guys, pretty much highlighting what we discussed prior to this major retracement. If you guys watched my update even last night, I was talking to you guys about how yes, the dominance is pulling down, but again, we don't want to be getting overly excited about just yet because dominance can pick up much quicker, and we did see a little bit of that happening. But if you're looking across the board, like I said, we're seeing the broader market see a retracement. Obviously, we're in a weekend. On the weekend, more manipulation than usual as CME futures are closed. Yeah, HBAR price down about 2.6%, with the price currently sitting at 17.16 cents. Also down 2.3% on the Bitcoin side of things. Valuation 7.26 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $166.9 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. We're going to start off with the Bitcoin dominance as always. So if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance index, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown as to what has been happening. Of course, on November 7th, we were sitting literally at 60.55%. We pulled down quite sharply yesterday, seeing a 59.66% retest, which of course was the major catalyst behind, the major green that we did see on Friday, actually not yesterday because it's past midnight here in North America and we are starting on Sunday. But I'm sure you guys remember, we did see quite a big bounce on Friday. But again, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, what I highlighted to you guys about Bitcoin in that update, it's pretty much kind of showing once again, Bitcoin hasn't done anything. Even on Friday, it didn't really do anything. Yes, it came up to a $104,000 price point, got rejected, but in a grand scheme of things, we're still far away from the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. But again, from yesterday, we did see a little bit of a minor pullback for Bitcoin, nothing crazy, but most importantly, the dominance picking up is the major catalyst behind the retracement that we're seeing right now for altcoins. Let's take a look at how HBAR is reacting to that. So HBAR's price, of course, is still within the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. You could see for yourself on November 7, we were sitting at about 15.97. We saw this major retracement. We saw this major push towards the upside. But since then, we have seen a retracement of about, you could say, 7%. Obviously, we do have some support built up around the key range where we're currently being supported by, but you want to see this level holding, of course. Obviously, we're in a weekend. Like I said, on the weekend, we do tend to see more manipulation than usual. But again, the target, if you are, talking about a target perspective, that is around the 19.2 cents for me. And I still think this can end up happening as long as Bitcoin does not see a shakeout. That's about a 12% move from where we currently are for HBAR. And I think that would be the next target to be looking out for because, again, that is a major resistance just below the 20 cents price point. And, breaking above here could really take us back up to, where we were, when the ETF announcement came out for HBAR. Again, not bad, especially if you look at it from, the November 7th low. We were sitting at about 15.9 cents. You're still up right now about 8% if you got in around that key range. But with that being said, going back to what I talked to you guys about with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is something you want to be paying very close attention to because right now we're still very close to the 38.2 key support line. If we drop below here, guess what happens to the price of Bitcoin? We drop below the $100,000 price point. And what does that mean for the Bitcoin dominance? I expect Bitcoin dominance could start, heading back to, pretty much where it was prior to this retracement that we have seen. So again, this is why, we don't ignore Bitcoin along with the Bitcoin dominance. Yes, it was a great day, but again, right now we are still seeing, a high correlation with the Bitcoin price with the dominance, and that will be something we don't really want to be ignoring. So again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Hopefully the price does remain within the 38.2 and start heading back up to some of these key levels. But again, we're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know in the comments what your personal targets are on HBAR and what you could be expecting as far as the end of the month is concerned for HBAR. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.